Hi there, my name is Alan Lamont. I'm doing a message now on the Jesuit oath of induction, which is recorded in the Congressional Record of the United States of America. People have tried to debunk or suppress the Jesuit oath, which is really an attempt by the order of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, to move people away from that by, bringing disinformation about the Jesuit oath, otherwise known as the Oath of Induction for a Jesuit. As I've said, it's in the Congressional Record of the United States of America, which is the House Bill 1523. You can also find it in a book entitled Subterranean Rome by Charles Dider. This was translated from the French and published in New York in 1843. And the Jesuit order, people have different theories about the order, but we can know very clearly, about the Jesuits. By their oath, we can know their nature, how they operate, and okay, I'm just going to read part of the Jesuit oath, the extreme oath of the Jesuits. I now, in the presence of Almighty God, the Blessed Virgin Mary, the blessed Michael the Archangel, the blessed St. John the Baptist, the holy Apostle St. Peter, and St. Paul, and all the saints and sacred hosts of heaven, and to you, my ghostly father, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, founded by St. Ignatius Loyola in the pontificate of Paul III, and continue to the present day by the womb of the Virgin, the Mediatrix of God, the rod of Jesus Christ, declare and swear that His Holiness the Pope is Christ's Vice-Regent and is the true and only head of the Catholic or Universal Church throughout the earth. And by virtue of the keys of binding and loosing given to His Holiness by my Saviour Jesus Christ. Okay, now I can move into the real oath, right? Now every Jesuit takes this. Now, what I'm going to reveal here is that throughout this oath, you see the agenda of the Jesuits, their real purpose, okay? That he has power to depose of heretical kings, princes, states, commonwealth governments, all being illegal without his sacred confirmation. So really the Jesuits and the Vatican really believe that no government on earth has authority unless it has confirmation, or really that's another word for subordination. Unless they're subordinate to Rome, it says that they may be safely destroyed. Now the Jesuit order is a militia, it's an army. People need to understand that it's an army. That's what it is. And the purpose is to destroy. They are the destroyers. They destroy all governments because they see them as heretical. That's why you have, the Jesuits were the first real intelligence organisation long before, you had anything in Britain, as in, MI5 or now MI6 also, or even the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, or any agency, before there was any intelligence network, the Jesuits were the pioneers of the whole intelligence world, really. They were the ones that used espionage, used infiltration, and really the Jesuit oath is an order of infiltration which I'll reveal. So really, rather than reading the whole oath, because it'll take a long time, you can find it on the internet and just type in the Jesuit oath and it will come up on Google. So, okay, they declare that the doctrines of the churches of England, Scotland, Calvinists, Huguenots, and others of the name Protestants or Liberals to be damnable, and they themselves damned who will forsake the same. This really is a revelation of a war against the Protestants, and that is the purpose of this oath. That is the whole purpose. And they will murder, they will assassinate, they will poison, they will strangle, they will kill anyone that resists Rome. Also, I do declare that I will help, assist and advise all or any of His Holiness's agents in any place where I shall be. Quote, Switzerland, Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, England, Ireland, America. So there is a network all across the earth of the post agents. This is why they're able to infiltrate all governments, all religions, everything. And initially they will be a Protestant among Protestants, that's part of the oath. And they will be a Muslim among Muslims, they will be you know, whoever they need to be. They can work in the media, they can work in the military, they can work in any government at the highest levels. And also, just want to give you another quote. I further promise and declare, quote, that I will, when opportunity presents, listen, make and wage relentless war, secretly or openly, against all heretics. Now, the secret is that the Jesuits, they infiltrate. Say, for instance, Castro was trained by the Jesuits. He infiltrated the whole revolutionary movement, and he really, you know, spoke out against the corruption of the government. It's always the way that this happens, and then he establishes himself as a dictator, and then he brings the nation under the oppression of Rome. This is what happens. And some of it is secret, some of it is in the open, and obviously that's in the open, but there is overt and covert. There is secret and open warfare here against the Protestants. That's who it's directed against. Yeah. And okay, just to read on, Protestants and liberals, as I am directed to do, to exterminate them from the face of the earth. Now this is the disturbing part of the oath, okay, that reveals that these Jesuits are godless. They hide behind the cloak of Christianity. They are godless. They have no faith in God, you know, and they use the papacy and they use the office of the Pope of Rome and his infallibility to further their agenda of world domination. Now listen, this is the nature of the Jesuits. Listen, quote, I will spare neither age, sex or condition. I will hang, waste, boil, flay, strangle, bury alive these infamous heretics. I will rip open the stomachs and the wombs of their women, crush the infants' heads against the walls, in order to annihilate forever their race. When this cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poison cup, the strangulation cord, the steel of the poniard. Oh, that's the bullet, you know, today. Or, obviously, the leaden bullet. The steel of the poniard, regardless of the honour, rank, dignity or authority of the person or persons, whatever may be the condition in life, public or private, as at any time I may be directed to do by any agent of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the Holy Faith of Society of Jesus. Okay. Also part of this oath is to be a Protestant among Protestants. That's the important part for the Mother Church. Now, this happens today in all Christian denominations, it happens in all religions, it happens in the United Nations. I mean, all of these organisations are really, what, you know, daughters of Babylon. They really are created by the Vatican. But it's the intelligence area that I want to deal with it before I close, is that the Jesuits are the ones who are the masters of infiltration. And they will infiltrate, mainly today through Freemasonry. They use Freemasonry as a Trojan horse organisation, you know. And Masons will go out into these organisations, many of them Jesuit trained, many of them are not under the power of the order of the Jesuits. They don't understand. They're serving their, you know, Grand Masters, and they don't understand. They're doing the work of the Jesuit order. But it's, you know, through Freemasonry, high level Freemasonry, that, as in, I'm talking the papal knighthood orders here, as in Malta and the Templars within the structure of Masonry. It's really that which is used to infiltrate all governments in all regions across the earth. And, you know, this is a secret war that the Vatican is waging today to overthrow kingdoms. That's its ultimate agenda. Overthrow nations, overthrow governments. And so there is an agreement also between the monarchies in this. Rome is above the Holy Roman Empire, but and they recognise that. The kings and queens of Europe, the black nobility, they have an understanding and an agreement with the Jesuit order that they can rule over the Masonic political structure, as in the monarchies can, but they're subordinate to the general, and who is the, you know, superior Jesuit general of the Brotherhood of the Holy Faith of the Society of Jesus. But that is really what this is all about. Okay, you know, the Roman Catholic Church, you know, is a church that will overthrow nations and it will infiltrate. And it's really the Jesuits, as I've said, who pioneered the whole intelligence organisation there. Now, this vow of obedience to the Pope It can be found online, but it's to the generals. That's who it's really made to, the superior Jesuit general. So anyone can find this, and you know, it hasn't been altered. It's still the same in the record of Congress. You know, it's the Jesuit oath, and they make a vow, and you know, and it's taken seriously. It really is, unto death. Your obedience to the order, once you make this oath, your allegiance to the general is for life. You must go, as it said in the oath, to any part of the earth and do whatever you are commanded to do. For you are under the command of the general, and you are in the army of Loyola. And there's no way out. It's a blood oath. Blood in, blood out. You're in for life. No way out. You must do what you are commanded to do, or you will be assassinated. Same with Freemasonry. They all have blood oaths. But this oath is disturbing because it reveals the real nature of the Jesuits. You have a lot of propaganda with the Jesuits, with their good works and their good deeds and their education and so on. That's a cover. They're an army. They're an army. And they're the ones who secretly control the intelligence organisations all over the earth. They're the ones who really control the military all across the earth. They're the ones who are waging all of these wars all across the earth to overthrow the nations and bring the whole world under the power of the Pope of Rome, who they control, who they dominate, and if he resists them, they will remove. The Jesuits are the real secret rulers of the world, and their, you know, motto is the end justifies the means. I want to end by just explaining something about the oath, which is that, and it's an interesting part actually. It talks about, a quote, to take sides with the combatants, to act secretly with your brother Jesuits who might be engaged on the other side. You see, there's Jesuits in high levels in politics, in the military, in intelligence, okay, on the other side, but openly opposed to that which you might be connected. For instance, you'll have one war being waged by one nation, and the government, you know, at the highest levels in that nation that they're opposed to, there'll be brother Jesuits there. That's right, you know, controlling. So you have the Jesuits controlling both sides of the conflict. Now, why do they do this? Listen, it reveals, it actually reveals what they're actually doing here. Who might be engaged on the other side, but openly opposed to that which you might be connected. This is the purpose for all of these wars. Listen, only that the church might be the gainer in the end, in the conditions fixed in the treaties for peace, and that the ends justifies the means. So we see even in the French Revolution, we see in the First World War, the Second World War, the whole purpose of that was, you know, the treaties for peace, the conditions fixed. Nations are, you know, put under conditions, and they just destroy nation after nation. They destroy governments, and the Jesuits have been doing this for hundreds of years, and that's why every government is ruled by Vatican knighthoods, whether it be Knights of Malta, the Knights of Columbus, the, you know, the Order of the Garter, the Order of the Golden Fleece, you know, and really these are not Protestant monarchs, they're Catholic monarchs, all tying back to the papal bloodlines of Italy. And there's a system whereby the whole earth is controlled, and this is the bloody oath of the Jesuits. It's infamous, but it's suppressed today. Well, it's not. Well, it's on the internet, but you know, it's suppressed amongst you know, people really researching the New World Order. Okay, it's a good time to end this. Thanks for listening. Go and read the Jesuit oath, and read that, and realise that is the real nature of the Jesuits, to destroy the Church of God.